Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Friday, the 21st of April, comes to you from London. And not a lot of change overnight. We're looking here at currencies, then stocks, stock markets, and commodities, and last of all, some US tech stocks. Dollar just strengthening a little bit, but still below the cloud here. So medium term and short term, there is dollar weakness, but long term dollar strength. And so we do expect at some point the dollar strength will kick back in, but for the moment it's dollar weakness, and we're seeing that euro strength above the cloud as well. So euro could go either way. Some nervousness probably today ahead of the French elections on the weekend. So Euro is just probably seeing a little bit of uncertainty. Looking at dollar yen, dollar is now increasing against the yen, so we're seeing a sign here that some short-term dollar strength returning. And looking at sterling, it's flat from the leap this week on the election announcement, but at the moment it's unable. It seems unable to go higher. So the key thing is, can we do another leg up? A fall below 127 would take us back into short-term bearish territory. The Swiss rate we're seeing, sterling again strong, and also against the euro, sterling much the same picture there. Against the Australian dollar, just tailing off a little bit, but sterling strength again there as well. Taking a look at the S&P 500, we saw the leap yesterday, so we did have a stronger day yesterday. We still haven't quite made it back above the cloud on the short term, but the market is looking a little bit better than it was. And the same with the Nasdaq. We're seeing quite a big jump there, and it's now back above the cloud on the short term. So Nasdaq looking pretty bullish. The Dow, not so much. It's still below the cloud on the short term. And the Russell 2000 is actually back above the cloud bullish, so we're seeing that. The futures up very slightly this morning, the S&P and the Nasdaq E-mini up a little bit more at just under 1/5%. FTSE yesterday did recover very slightly, but it's been a very bad week for FTSE. We see here the fall through the cloud on the price, and definitely bearish in the short term. Quite a big sell-off in the FTSE based on that sterling strength. FTSE 250 holding its strength though, and medium, short, and long-term trends all bullish. So mid caps in the UK still a sweet spot. The DAX selling off as well. The Nikkei up 1% overnight on that weakening yen, strengthening dollar, and Hang Seng we're seeing just still below the cloud short term, as is Shanghai, so a little bit of a sell-off there. The Indian market just recovering a little bit, but still not quite back above the cloud, and the Australian market much the same picture. So markets generally, stock markets just struggling to get back above the cloud, the Nasdaq being the standout. Crude oil still selling off here. We're just really at this 52, 53 level at the moment, so key thing is, will we go below 50 again? And a lower low would be bad. And we're seeing on WTI much the same picture. It's fallen and it's staying there. And on natural gas, we're seeing as well that we're just slightly below the cloud. Copper is just recovering and turning bullish again. But boy, oh boy, some commodities are really falling soft. So this is coffee down very, very sharply, below the cloud in the medium and long term. Cocoa, much the same thing. So we really are just seeing sugar, a lot of the soft commodities really falling away. Wheat, soybeans not as falling as much, but real and corn again falling away. So soft commodities falling quite heavily. Gold just struggling to get back above the cloud, sitting at this 1280 level, and silver actually is below the cloud, trending down. So that's quite key. Precious metals just struggling at the moment, and we're seeing here that the US 10-year yield is back above the cloud in the short term, back to 225, having gone below 220, so 2.2%. So we're seeing a little bit of recovery here. Into the high 20s we've got targets, so that's just showing a little bit of strength on the 10-year government bonds in the US. Apple not quite back above the cloud in the short term. Google stronger. Amazon holding its strength. Facebook really leaped yesterday again, looking stronger, making new all-time highs, and Microsoft just struggling to do so. That's it for today. Have a great weekend. Keep an eye on those charts today. Happy charting. See you then.